this is the biggest problem that cities, municipalities, the states in the Northeast, especially based on our age, face, and that is infrastructure.
Right, absolutely. And the problem that we have, and something that we're not good at, is we always end up playing defense on these problems.
Yep.
So there's a flood, there's heavy rains, and then we end up just fixing the problem. And at that point, it's really tough money to spend, but you have to do it because everything is so expensive in infrastructure.
Well, think about that last.
With all these hills.
You were not
helped with all the hills in Little Falls.
Right. You were not, speaking to those hills, you were not mayor, I don't believe, when that big flood hit where, like the parking lots heaved up and the water came from under. I mean, it was really just a terrible, terrible flood there.
I was not. I was still in the Navy at that point. That was in 2012. So, so we just got lucky with a grant from the state, so we're going to be able to do some of this work that we're really happy about.
How much did you guys get, by the way?
We got $470,000, and there's really two strong points with it. One is it's not a matching grant. We're always a little hesitant of that. Yes, we'll give you money. We'll give you 75%, but you need to find 25%.
Yeah.
It's not a matching grant, which is always good news on our end. And they're actually going to allow us to go back a little ways and put in some invoices for work that we have done in this realm. We had some heavy rains a couple last year, and there was a huge sinkhole we put in for FEMA money, and we got denied. So we have some bills that we have paid. So it's really an added bonus where we're going to be able to play a little bit of catch-up with some of the infrastructure. So it's really good news all around.
Talk about, if you could, Mark, and about the fact that Little Falls is one of the smallest cities in New York State, but still has city status. Talk about, is it beneficial to remain a city? I know that means you are required to offer up additional services that you maybe a village or a town would not have to.
Yeah, it's beneficial. So we are the second smallest city in New York State. I believe Sherrill is the smallest city. So it's beneficial from a tax standpoint, where we get a larger chunk of county tax.
Okay.
Somebody rolls through the county, buys some gas. Once they divvy it up quarterly, at the county level, we get a larger share of that for being a city. But we do have to provide extra services, which we gladly do.
And does that mean like your garbage service is a citywide garbage service, or do you have?
We do all that, and that's all
full-time fire department, etc.
Right. You don't have to scratch out a separate check for garbage, for recycling. I mean, we have our own garbage trucks. We have our own crew that pick those up. So we do provide those services. We can certainly get away from that, but people are so accustomed to it. It's really a good benefit.
And the only city, I believe, in Herkimer County.
The only city in Herkimer County.
Well, there it is. All right, well, listen, this is really important to be able to get this money, and without having it become even more of a burden on taxpayers. And when you do the matching grants, that's really, it's a blessing, but at the same time, you got to come up with the money, and there's only one place to come up with it. So here, you don't have to worry about that, and you can pay some back bills as well. Yeah,
we put in a lot of hours trying to find these type of grants, and it's good to be able to spend this money where it doesn't affect the taxpayer.
Yeah.
Senator Jim Seward, always been a big proponent of Little Falls. He was here a couple weeks ago, and he stops by regularly, and he's always very helpful. We have a really good relationship with a number of folks, and it just ends up being, we're 5,000 people. Our hand is out a lot.
Yep.
But, I think once you have those relationships in place, the money's out there. You just have to
Got to go out and get it. All right, Mark, doing a great job over there. We appreciate your time as always. Mayor Mark Blask, City of Little Falls.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. We'll break and come right back here. Hold tight.